Hello friends, how are you? I hope that you're all doing very well. Today I'm going to do a reading about the year 2024 in the United States. And I have the cards here because I just did this reading in Spanish. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm going to explain what each position means and then also what the cards mean so that you see where I get my meanings from. And let's start with the first card. This card, we're gonna see what other countries are going to think about the United States. Okay, so the opinion that other countries have about the United States from abroad. And we have the Ten of Swords reversed. The Ten of Swords is the ending of a period because it's a 10. The Ace is the beginning, the 10 is the end. Plus, this is very explicit. I mean, this guy doesn't have any more future. Okay, so but it's reversed, so it means that these swords can fall down. So this is there is going to be emphasis on the end of a period, that is on elections. The people are going to be thinking from abroad what's going to happen with elections. Okay, because it's going to be the end of a period, whether one government, whether Democrats win or the Republicans win, it's going to be the end of a legislature and then the beginning of a new one in January of 2025. Okay, so that's going to be the focus from abroad. That's what people are going to be thinking about. The next card has to do with money, the economy of the regular people, of most citizens, like 99% of citizens. And we have the Queen of Wands. Queens think, they plan, and whatever they plan, the kings implement those plans. This queen is looking at the future. She's looking to her right, looking at the future. But because queens don't act, they're planning, it means that when it comes to money, people are not spending a lot of money because they feel that they need to be cautious. They're seeing what's around, they're seeing what the economy is, and they're seeing that maybe there is employment, but salaries have increased, but prices of things have increased even more, and the housing prices have increased even much more than that. So people are going to be very cautious when it comes to spending money. That means that if you need to be cautious, it's because your money is not going to be a lot. You have money because it's a good card, but not enough to feel comfortable to begin spending crazily. The following card has to do with media, like news and things like that. We have the Tower reversed. Media in the United States have become more and more extreme. We have certain sources of news that have become extremely extreme, and they are not even news anymore. They just tell you things that are not real. They're just promoting a reality that is an alternative reality. And that's going to cause something serious to happen. There may be like someone who is moved by some of these fake news promoted by the media, and they may be doing something awful, like killing someone or something like that, because maybe there is some judge that rules something that some party don't like, and then they make available for everybody the addresses of those judges. Maybe something will happen, and there will be consequences to that. Those media then will face backslash from the public and also maybe lawsuits. So there's going to be something serious that has to do with media, okay, and their nastiness. Because in this position, I also talk about transportation, means of transportation. I got these additional 2 cards, and the beginning of the year, the first 6 months, nothing's really going to happen. In the second month, there may be money for infrastructure or for new rails or something like that, okay? Something that can help commute people and maybe make it more affordable. Okay, so the second half of the year, there may be some money that is spent in transportation, maybe public transportation, okay? But not the first half. In the first half, like, not much happens. The following card has to do with housing, selling houses, renting houses, and we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Aces are beginnings because it's reversed. There is not a beginning, and because it's reversed, nothing is really going to happen. So it means that while there's not going to be a crash in the housing market, it's going to be going slower. Okay, much slower. Okay, the following card has to do with education, public education, and we have the King of Cups, which may be the president. But there is some action that is going to be aimed at making people happier with respect to education, maybe making it more available. At least something will be said in the first 4 months. The first 4 months, there may be news that come out about improvements in maybe how to access university, maybe the money that it costs, something like that. Maybe the forgiveness of their these grants that students have. Like many students have spent a lot of money in university, and maybe it's the forgiving of those of the debt that they have, student debt. So that may be something. And while at the beginning they say those things, there's going to be an implementation of those plans more in the last 4 months. Okay, so something positive is going to be done about education, in the realm of education, which will be seen more effectively in the last 4 months. The next card has to do with employment, and we have the Two of Swords reversed, which is talking about the creation of employment, of new jobs, is going to slow down a little bit, especially in the first half of the month. In the second half, with the Queen of Cups, there may be plans that will be put into action, or at least they will be planned. A plan maybe will not take place yet, but I mean the plan will happen, but not necessarily. So the planning period will happen, but not necessarily the implementation of that. So that in the second half of the year, there may be some planning about how to improve jobs, employment. It doesn't have to be number. Maybe it's the quality, so that people receive fair salaries and they are not exploited. So that may happen in the second half. It may have to do with unions or something like that. In the second half, there's going to be more positive thinking and planning related to improving job quality. Okay, the quality of jobs. This card, in this position, we're going to talk about relationships and agreements between the United States and other countries. This is how other countries see the United States from abroad, and these are relationships and agreements with other countries. And there is like a positive, this is a positive card, the Nine of Cups. You know, this guy is satisfied and happy with what he has. And there are many cups, so it means that there are many people who are going to be signing some agreement. It's cups, it's not action. Cups is emotions, but at least there will be agreements in between the United States and many other countries to support each other. It may not be binding agreements, but it's something that at least expresses that we are of the same mind and that we are going to help each other in whatever situation it is that they are talking about. Okay, whether it's cooperating with wars like the Ukraine and things like that, or what's happening in Israel, or cooperating in other areas. Okay, so there is like signing or agreements in between different countries, agreements that may not be binding, but at least express that some countries are coming together. Okay. The following card has to do with the stock exchange and huge companies, the multinational companies. And we have the Four of Wands reversed. This is a card of celebration, but it's reversed. So there's not a lot of celebration. It's still good, but there may not be as many reasons to celebrate. If people are unsure about their money, so they're saving it, and they're being very careful about spending it. If the job market is slowing down, eventually it's going to affect how much people spend their money, and eventually that's going to affect the big companies. Okay, it's not that there is going to be a crash in the stock exchange. That's not going to happen, But things are slowing down also. When it comes to immigration, there is something positive done here. There is some with the magician. He has control over the 4 elements: cups, that is water; coins, that is earth; source, air; wands, fire. So he can control everything and do whatever it is that he wants. I got these 2 additional cards, and so this card may be someone who is illegal, okay, but it's reversed, so it's someone that is explicitly illegal, someone that is not trying to hide. Maybe it's something to do with the dreamers, to make it possible for them to access jobs legally and regularizing their stay in the United States. These people who came to the United States when they were kids, they don't know their countries of origin. Sometimes they don't even know the language of their countries of origins. They have received an American education. They are really Americans, but then they don't have any rights. They cannot go to university. They cannot get a legal job. So they're here. They don't have any other place to go, but they cannot do anything. And that's not a good situation for anyone. Okay, so something may be done, especially in the second half of the year, to make their lives easier. Okay, make it possible for them to find jobs legally. The next card has to do with the government, and we have a card in which this one is taking advantage of these other 2 people. So that's what we have in the government. We have abuse. We know that some parts of the government are ruled by the Republican Party, and other parts of the government, the president and the Senate, are ruled by the Democratic Party. Within these parties, the ones that should not be speaking, the ones that should not even be in government because they are not qualified, they don't have the education, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have even the morals to be a legislator. Those are the ones that are going to be the most loud, the most vocal, the ones proposing stupid stuff. That's what the government is going to be like this year. No news here. That's what's been happening already. The next card has to do with social services, and we have the Knight of Wands reversed. Knights are movement. It's reversed, so a horse with his legs up cannot go anywhere, so nothing happens. Everything that is proposed is going to be stopped somewhere. Senate, the House of Representatives, nothing's going to happen. The next, probably more the House of Representatives. It will be stopped there. The next card has to do with natural disasters, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth, so there may be some earthquake, there may be some movements of land or soil, maybe because of rain or something, and it drops parts of a mountain or something like that, and things that have to do with land moving, okay, whether it's through earthquakes or because of rains. And that's going to be the most notable thing that will happen. It's nothing huge because it's a minor arcana. At least that's what I hope. Also because this card symbolizes winter, because it's coins, and coins for me, pentacles for me is winter. We may have winters that are too strong at some points that cause problems. It may be suddenly temperatures may go down too much, or there may be a winter storm that causes more damage than expected, or there may be winter storms in places where normally there shouldn't be any winter storm, at least as big. But again, nothing that is going to be remembered years and years from now. Nothing that's going to be like, wow, look at what happened that year, okay? But that's going to be the most notable thing for this year. Then COVID. What's going to happen with COVID? It's reversed, the Three of Wands. Nothing. I mean, it's controlled. It's more of the same thing. When it's reversed, nothing really is going to happen. Nothing notable, okay? Summary of the whole year. The Eight of Wands reversed. The Eight of Wands is a card of movement. A lot of movement. We have all these wands flying through the sky, going from one place to another, but it's reversed. So they're not going anywhere, okay, because it's reversed. So they're frozen, or they're going back to where they came from. So what's happening then? Not much. Things that could already be predicted by anyone. You don't need me. You don't need a tarot reader. It's like nothing really new is going to happen this year, okay? More or less more of the same thing. That's what this card is saying. We have a summary of the reading also here. We have all these fights and arguments with the High Priestess. These two columns, one white, one black, opposed to each other. Emotions that are opposed, that are fighting against each other, not getting an agreement. Plus, it's a major arcana, so this is going to be major disagreements also. We've seen the media and we've seen the government. Let's see what they do. Hopefully they don't cause someone to do crazy stuff, like murdering someone because some judge or something. I hope it doesn't happen. In the next card is the second half of the year. We have the Knight of Cups, and we have some type of reconciliation that can come after these extreme fights at the beginning that may cause something bad to happen. Okay. So that's more or less my predictions for this year. If you like how I do readings, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. If you like my readings also, you can subscribe. In any case, I hope that you have a wonderful year 2024 in everything, in love, in work, in your employment, money, that you have a lot of money, that you have excellent health, you and your family. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.